Here's one of the coolest things to kind of wake up to. And it's a really, really hard pill to swallow. And it is a pattern that we definitely need to jump out of. And I hope you can kind of wrap your brain around this one. If you've read or following my videos on holodynamics, you'll learn to open up your mind and really see what's really, really going on in this human experience that we're having. There are patterns within patterns within patterns. My search, my lifelong search has been to try and understand patterns of abuse, because there's a long genetic history of abuse within my family tree, as well within my ex-husbands, and I have kids, and kind of interested in making sure that pattern doesn't get repeated. And I worked really hard to make sure that pattern's not going to be repeated, and I said there's no way I'm going to do the same thing as my parents did. I was smart, and I knew without a doubt that no way was that going to happen to me. So every time you think you're jumping out of a pattern, you're really not. You're just like painting a room a different color and thinking you're in a different room, and it won't work. So that's the biggest trick you have to understand, is when have you actually really jumped out of the problem, that pattern that you don't want to experience. Now, I'm making this observation. Deepak Chopra is one of the first ones that kind of put it in your face. Here's this guy that spent his whole entire life talking about endless, ageless body and good health and spiritual mind, body, and soul, meditates, goes into himself, and then he ends up writing a book about death and accept death. Death is a good thing. Be at one with it. Totally bad message. In some of his interviews, he's actually said the words that if we actually solve every problem, humanity wouldn't move. We'd be like mummified mummies, not going anywhere, because our problems are what drives us. It's what makes us move forward. Moving is like time. It's, that's what time really is observing particles moving within time. Three-dimensional objects moving. It's the fourth dimension that we perceive our reality. So if you stop the problems, you stop all time. So it will appear, if you meditate too much in yourself, like your mummified mummy's not moving. Makes a lot of sense. But it's not exactly correct. It's just you end this pattern that we keep repeating. And because you can't comprehend a completely different pattern, you're going to think there's nothing there. That is basically what our biggest fears are, is, okay, if we fix the problem, then what? And a lot of people like me that want to kind of wake people up to what's this big picture, what's really, really going on. Once we wake up, then what? Will I have a passion? Will I have a job to do? This is what I want to do for like a living. This is what my purpose is. If I actually succeed at it, then what? I don't need to be teaching anybody to wake up if they're already awake. And I'm finding that pattern with a lot of people, is that they want to wake people up, but do you realize you're putting yourself out of work if you actually accomplish the job? It's the same thing with cancer research. More than enough cures of cancer, but we won't make that known, because then all of the cancer research people will lose all of their funding and they'll all be out of work. That's a lot of people in our medical industry would all completely be out of work. So is there actually a need? Does the medical world really want you healthy and knowing the truth about the causes of illness and just, stop those causes? Because they'll be out of work. So that's where humanity is right now, is do we really want to solve problems knowing that you're going to be out of work if you actually solved a problem? That's the pattern. We don't know what's about to come up next, and we're scared of it. And there's nothing to be scared of. It's just going to be another transition into something that's really, really amazing, because that's what you're here for, is to constantly grow. Why is growth such a scary thing to people? It's the unknown. And this is something that's going to be completely unknown to us. So you can't describe it. You can't say that you're going to be mummified mummies. That's just the way you see it and perceive it in this reality right now, but you're about to jump into a completely different reality that's going to be better than this, because this is hell. The next one's going to be more like heaven, but you can't describe heaven. And all of it is if we change the way we perceive reality. That's it. That's it. Just look at things differently. But how do you look at things differently? How do you go into that world, that new world, and what's there? And I've kind of had a glimpse, kind of had the experience, really next to impossible to describe, because it's like I'm up, in this other dimension that nobody can comprehend yet, and somehow I got to find the words to describe something you can't comprehend, which is my challenge. I'm still in process trying to figure out, okay, how do you describe what's out there? I can see how, without a doubt, we will not be communicating the way we communicate in this way, because we will be able to use telepathy, because we're going to understand communication so much better than the way we understand communication right now. Let's just put it this way. Your text, the words that we use are screwing everything up. If you can just sense what I'm feeling, you'll get me. But you're going to listen to my words, not my vibration, not my body language. You won't see what's inside me of what it is I truly want, because my words will screw you up. Half the time, my own words screw me up. But one way of seeing this is observing my daughter with animals. And she can heal a horse. She can get a horse do whatever it is she wants to do if she's in tune with that horse. They don't speak the same language, but horses have been known to really help heal you from different challenges you have, and the way to do that is you have to really learn how to be at one with a bigger a death machine, because horses can kill you if they can trample all over you. They can get really, really pissed off. You kind of got to know how to be safe around a horse, which means you can't try and control it. Let it get what it wants, and you get what you want. If you can know how to make the two, be the win-win, then life is perfect. And that's basically all that is going to happen in this other dimension, is you will intuitively know what's in front of you without language. And just that perception of knowing will make life so much easier. It will appear exactly like heaven. So that's one thing you got to realize, is that a lot of us have a mission right now. And you got to understand, if you live your purpose and you accomplish your mission, then that mission's going to be over. And trust, without a doubt, you're going to get another mission. You just don't know what that is yet. And I've seen that pattern over and over again, that I was in hairdressing. I was born doing hair from as soon as I had hair. Got into the profession. Then my arms got a little injured, so I couldn't do it anymore. But then I was a parent and spent that time being a parent. But then when I needed another income, I went into computer programming. Taught me an awful lot about life, But then my arms got even more injured and can't type, so that career's gone. And now I've got this career, and all of that, the hairdressing, the programming, everything gave me the information I needed to do what my mission is right now. And soon this mission will be over, like all of my other missions were over. And I'm going to jump into another one that I have no clue what it is, but I know everything that I'm experiencing now will have everything to do with that next mission that I don't know about. And I know every time I was scared of the future. What the hell am I going to do next? If one goes, what the hell is going to happen? And every single time something different always showed up. So it's almost like just trust in your future, but work as hard as you can to make yourself obsolete right now in the mission that you've got. If your mission is to wake people up, then really work hard to get yourself out of business, because the only way you're going to be out of business is if you succeed at what it is you're trying to accomplish, so you can move on to the next stage of your life. So it's like that is the trap, is you're scared to lose your job. You're scared to lose that passion that you really, really love right now, or you really feel driven to do. Love what it is that you're doing right now, and really work as hard as you can to get yourself out of that business. Because there's something even better once you're done. Be successful at what it is you need to be doing right now, and be so successful you're out of work. And then when you're out of work, be open to something completely different, because every step away along your way, it gets better and better and better. And I think the passion, the dream I'm at is like, I couldn't think of a better career to love and enjoy, to uplift people and get people to see what their passions are, to help people cure their illnesses. To me, when I get good at it, that I would love to do that for the rest of my life. But let's face it, I kind of want to do that for the whole entire planet. So if I was actually good at it, what will there be for me to do if everybody already knows? So am I working hard not to be as good as I know I can be subconsciously, so that I can keep going into work every day? You'll see that with every product that we make right now, that if we actually made products to last, people won't come in and buy your product anymore. So we have to constantly figure out a way to make everything work wrong so that you'll come in and buy my product again. And that's the cycle we're in. That's the pattern that we're in. We kind of love our problems and don't even know it. Why? Because we profit a lot from it. But as you lose your jobs right now, it's because you want change. So don't be complaining that you're losing your jobs and everything is crashing and burning. If you kind of look at your inner voice, you kind of been complaining most of your life that you want something to change. So when change comes up, why are you so upset about it? It's like, hooray, everything's crashing. I'm out of work. Great. Now I can do what I really, really love doing. And just love doing it, and know that the universe will respond to every one of your needs. And that's what's happening to me. A lot of people may judge the way it's entering into my life, but it's entering into my life in the way the universe wants it to. And I'm at one with it. Kind of don't like it. It's a disability. I'd rather earn a living in a different way. But if that's the way the universe wants to respond to it, I'm at one with it. And it's just amazing that start your groups of change within yourself, and don't be sitting there focused on complaints. Focus on, I see a different perspective now. I thought this was really bad, but it's actually really good. This is an opportunity for me to take advantage of. And enjoy that opportunity, and don't worry about the future. Look forward to the future. No matter how lack of information you got, just trust. And you create what's inside you. So be happy inside you, and your future will be everything that's inside you. The globe is about to make a big shift. And it's either going to destroy you if you get stuck in the problems, or it's going to shift you into something completely different that's amazing, and it's something you really do want. Peace out.